Good morning, everyone. I'm Osse101, and I'm here with 101% of Super Zero Mission. It is a ROM hack of Super Metroid. Let's get started. The Super Zero Mission ROM hack, it's the style where the controls are mostly the same as vanilla, but they added a respin and like catching your shine sparks so you can chain them. That makes the movement like real slick, especially later on once I get speed booster. This came out in 2011, and a pretty huge ROM hack. The whole map is custom made, and it's all designed to look like Zero Mission, such that if you know Zero Mission, you can find your way around. Kind of okay. There's our first sequence break. As you might expect, we're going to be doing some sequence breaks. Like normally the order would be you get missiles, I think in the Norfair region. And you take your missiles up to Charge Beam, and then Charge Beam gets you through the robot. But you can clip through the robot and get missiles here, in this random spot in the wall. So that already saves a ton of backtracking. Now I get to head directly to Morph Bombs. So that there was the Brinstar region. Go back up to Criteria, I think? Would be Criteria. And we get to show off some of the art assets used for Chozodia. And up here, it makes me do another robot clip. That one's a lot harder. Got it pretty fast. Project based? No. Just the respin. Some of the beam changes. I guess more generally it's weapon speed. And the shine sparks are different. Okay, so we're coming up on Bomb Teresa. And you can actually skip the fight if you damage boost off the laser on top. Ow. But one of the items for 101% means I need to kill all the bosses. Not a good fight. Takes 8 shots at the end there. Where, if I just got more missiles, it would have been faster. Oh well. So next up is Grapple Beam. And Grapple Beam takes a pretty tricky trick to get to quickly. And that's gonna be double bomb jump. Because I gotta get around these two rippers here. And you need a double bomb jump or a frame perfect wall jump to get up. Almost had it. And I don't want to get hit too many times. Plus I gotta worry about dying. This is already going slower than I'd like. But it's really hard. Here. There we go. So beginning of the run is kind of reset heavy. There's just a bunch of tight tricks. After grapple, I'm going to do a ceiling bomb jump. Infinite ceiling bomb jump. And you gotta do it for a while. It's pretty easy to drop it. And then later on is a spike suit. So those make up the early game. Makes the category something that you'd reset for the tricks for. Oops. That's slow. So it's a ceiling bomb jump, then a Roadhog mock ball, and then another longer one of these. I used to use a metronome for this. I try to use the bomb explosion, so be quiet for this. Okay, good. It just goes on so long that it's easy to lose the rhythm. And I'd rather get this trick than the double bomb jumps. The reattempt time on that is a lot longer. Huge ROM hack. Even has more items than Noah. Full extra item. There's also a hard version of this ROM hack. And they make it even harder to get those super missiles. Like, casually, those aren't the first supers you're supposed to get. Those are the speedrunner supers. And there are, like, intended early items you can break. And that should be one. You'll see that ceiling bomb jumps are intended later. Now we gotta do a short lava dive. So, be a little safe and farm extra health. Put in the reserve. Got a pile of health. It is possible to die here too. If you take a bad fall. Really that ripper at the end of the lava dive. If you get hit by him back into the water and can die. I need grapple to get this missile. But more importantly, I'm here for various suit. So in Zero Mission and Super Zero Mission, power bombs are a very late game item. And the goal of the route is to get power bombs early. So there's 3 places you can get power bombs. So intended power bombs are Torian. The ones I'm getting are in Torian, but in an unintended way. And then there's the secret ones in Chozodia. If you play the game really well. Get rewarded with early power bombs. The ones I'm getting are in Warfare. So the ones that I'm getting, I need Speed Booster for. And to get Speed Booster, I'm going to backdoor the crate fight. Not playing so great while talking. Ceiling bomb jumps are easier in this hack. The double bomb jumps aren't. Wall jumps aren't. In vanilla, ceiling bomb jumps are pretty tough to do. Just barely possible. In this, you can do them pretty easily for short distances. problem with the one for the super pack was that it's so long that it's easy to get off rhythm. And the super pack wasn't intended. I'm just saying that the trick is intended for like a completionist playthrough. Like they put some of the minor items are behind difficult tricks. But it's mostly for the 101th item, where they stick all the tricks together. But you'll see that when I get to Torian. Here's Lava Dive, Part 2. Do I need Varia? And this gets me to Kraid's Lair. The back way. Try not to die. Big hoppers are big hoppers. Yeah, the super pack was a bit of a sequence break, but there's multiple super packs that you can get as part of intended route. It just works better for me to get it early. I don't really recall which ones are the intended ones, other than Croc. But there's a couple. Okay, here's Speed Booster. Now I get to show off some of the speed tech. Booster. That bounce ball, pretty tricky to do. Because getting over that wall is slightly blind. But you saw that I was able to catch my spark and keep running. There's gonna be a lot of that. Except right now, we return to the lava dive. My power bombs are in Norfair. While I was behind Kraid, I hit a lock. Is the thing in the floor? So there's like 4 security locks in the game that you need to reach final boss. And they open up doors across the map. That was just the first of them. But there's some nice convenient back doors built into the map that I can make use of. Whoops. It's supposed to be Mock Ball. And here's the spike suit. If you don't know, spike suit is double frame perfect. I noticed today while setting up that the reason I'm failing it is I bounce off the spikes and land on the little ledge, and then I jump off the ledge. Okay, so now I gotta carry this for just a room or two. But that does mean getting past those crumbles with respin. Then here's my power bombs. Most of the other power bombs are behind power bomb blocks. So it just works out that these ones are reachable. And that's going to help a whole lot for getting all the items. Okay, so that's the first goal, they're out. Next I want high jump. And high jump's pretty close by. I'm just gonna pick up some items on the way. And this gives me a chance to talk about the unused enemies. Metroid. Because we're coming up on the Stoke. The Stoke is a mini Crocmire. And you'll love it when you see it. But this ROM hack has Stoke, the Bang, and the Reflect. All the unused enemies. I guess I'll talk about them when they're coming up. Stoke, just to look at, doesn't affect my playthrough, but the other two do. You get to see a bit of an ammo type locking ammo expansion. There they are. That's one. There's another one down here. Dead. They shoot mini fireballs. Here's high jump. Also got ice beam. It's just the best time to get ice beam. But ice beam makes it so you take longer to kill enemies. I turn it off. Have spring ball, I believe. So it's spring ball, wave beam. And this is mostly just for collection. There's a way to jump out of here. Jump back above the crumbles and bounce out. Pretty tricky. So it's a gate glitch. Usually expected to have wave beam to do that. Getting that power bomb though, that might be the expected way. Let's see how else you'd do it. Then in here is wave beam. It's also going to loop back to where I was earlier with the power bombs. Yeah, E-tanks give less, more of them. But reserves still hold the same amount. Right now I need to watch my super count. Pretty rare for him to not die to that spark. I need 6 supers for the next item coming up. So I routed it so that I can visit this farm spot. I feel like I need health. I don't know if I do or not. I'm gonna be quick on this. I don't know if I am. I think that it was... I could have saved that, I just... didn't put in the direction in time. So that's Super Blockade. There's just one more. I'll be much later on. So they're not too big a deal. Just need to make sure that I have enough supers when I reach them. Okay, so this is gonna loop back to where power bombs were, and then I'm just gonna go into Ridley's lair and clear up all of that. That's probably one of the more entertaining sections. Just a lot of speed tech. Talk about the route a bit. I don't even need it. So the route was made by Zost. I guess he just decided to play the ROM hack one day. Built a route. And that got me and Asder interested in running it. So the main route made by Zost. And then we just made some small changes to it. Nothing major. So just reordering a few items. And updating room strat. And then task route is just completely different from what I do. This is the elevator to Ridley's lair. I believe this is just collection. Oops. Get distracted by nothing. Kill this guy. This run does have like super tight short charges built in. That one wasn't too bad. I just missed the multi-room short charge. I just lose a little bit of time doing that. And then I need to spark through here because you can go through the wall. There's just hidden items scattered around. It helps to have a guide. So I could spark back, but I think I'd rather save the power bombs. Power bombs aren't usually an issue right here. And they're not really still. Actually, we're coming up on the first really short charge. And I actually struggle with these off and on. That's good. Second try. Very good. Now we're into our third save room that has a secret wall. And here's where I refill all my supers and power bombs. Violas are always going to drop supers. If you're full on supers, they'll drop power bombs. So it helps with retaining the good ammo. Just walk on nothing. Things okay. Shoot into a random ceiling. Oh, here's a mean one. So it's the classic E-tank on the other side of a pit where you can't see where the floor is. But they added a quickly descending gate. You gotta shine spark across that. So, power bombs and supers, I need them to get all the items, but they also unlock shortcuts to the items. Right there. Like normally you can't do a maze to get to that missile pack. Now this room has some trickery to it. What we did originally was go into the door there, and you can do a super tight short charge. It was the tightest in the run at the time. And there's a speed block in the floor that you break out. Intended way is to go through the entire room carrying a shine spark. That adds like 30 seconds. So instead we shoot at the floor with a super that it just passes through a tile. I worked hard to save that spark. I don't want to try too hard to explain why a super passes through a tile. It's just the speed values align. So that's faster and easier. Happy to have it. So here, two-parter. Good. The power bomb doesn't always break out all the power bomb blocks. There's like a limit to what it can destroy or something. Oh, but then also I need to do that for the platform. The moving platform's an enemy, and you gotta bring it down to break some blocks in the floor. Let me just head back up. There's a couple skills you need to run this ROM hack. One is deliberate shine sparking. There's your short charges. And you gotta get used to shooting a shot, then delaying your spark. Time for more chain shine sparks, if you can believe it. Oh, and that's just the intro to the grand shine spark puzzle. But we're not even done yet. There's the shine spark puzzle behind the shine spark puzzle. That one's fun to learn. Oops. So this leads into why we need to do Lower Norfair right now. Ridley's Lair. That'll be revealed as soon as I do this spark. Right into the Ridley mouth. So if you remember Zero Mission, you collect the ancient alien tech. That will be revealed later as to what it does. Ah. No short charge out. You don't need to do this in one motion. But there's some bomb blocks mixed in with the speed blocks. Most of the items in this run, you just need to be on top of your shine sparking. Only the 101th item, probably. Oh, where you gotta do the hard tech. I farm missiles there because I need all of my missiles for Platoon eventually. Still pretty long ways off from that. Another short one. That one has a backup though. You can just bomb out the blocks and get more run speed. Now we're back to Kraid's Lair. Take this path just to get over here. And we're gonna see another transition between zones. This will let me get an item that I scouted earlier. And then doing all this chain sparking is optimal. I usually don't get it, like all the way to the door. But here's the other main trick, I guess. These speed keeps. I didn't place the bomb right. The speed keeps are going to show up a couple times. Some are more required than others. There's different ways to do it too. Like if you just slide off the edge while storing a spark one way, you can do the morph on morph like I just did. Or you can crouch and hold angle. And eventually you'll just turn red in the case of this ROM hack. Theatercoons. Yeah, I guess the goal of this trip through Kraid's Lair and Ridley's Lair is to get the alien tech. I need a mock ball to get under that shutter. Bit tricky. Here we have Crumble City. Everything above the grapple blocks are crumbles. And then it sends you into a pit of Bit of water full of hoppers. We're coming up on Spazer. And Spazer's putting a back of Gauntlet style room right below here. It also features gray doors that don't open. Unnecessarily mean. Got 2 items, both full of crumbles. And I need both, because this is all items %. Here we have yet another zone connector. Behind power bombs. So, supposed to be late game. And it's going to lead directly to the third alien item. Now we're going to have the nonsense that is walking through this door and walking back into this room for no apparent reason. But that just unlocks a door somewhere else later. Yeah, not gonna do Torian just yet. And go back to cleaning up Crazy Lair. Secret super blocks. Sure, why not? A couple of these zones, there's just no way around the multiple visits that are gonna happen. Crazy Lair is gonna have 3 or 4. That area right next to Morph Ball is visited 4 times. You see that a lot. Like, you take a different path every time. Try to avoid it. I use this room to refill my power bombs. I also need those for Batuan. I tend to run out by the time I get there. Up on the mini crate room. The laggiest room in the game. But you do the kill right, looks cool. I didn't. I shot too early. And from here, it's straight to the exit. Yeah. Spore spawn supers are probably the first supers. That'd make a lot of sense. All your favorite mini bosses are in the run. Because this is a all bosses category. I'm just trying to put off bosses until I get the plasma that I've already picked up. Okay, so I got the 3 alien items, and now I gotta decipher so I can use them. It's the next stop in the route. Here we're gonna go up. Next time I'm in this room, I'm gonna go down. And also finally time to pick up Charge Beam. Oops. No great way out of this room, so I just take it to get over to Charge Beam. Supposed to get this way earlier, but it fits the route better now, and I can kind of speed up getting the item with my beams and having speed. There it shows you that charge kills the worker robots. Here we got a swag trick. See if I can hit it. Awesome. That's like one of the big reasons why getting charge at this point is faster. Big in that it saves a few seconds, maybe. I always like going for that one. And haven't really needed charge up to this point. Oh, I almost got mapped. It's not uncommon to run into that map station. Then you get to download an entire map. I worked so hard on this track. I can try. So that room, there wasn't a consistent way to like get the item. In that, you're supposed to bounce on crumbles, or roll across crumbles. Yeah, bounce on crumbles. Ring ball. But sometimes it just drops you through. About half the time, you just fall through. Nothing you can do about it. Other than do it the intended way. Intended way is fall through the crumbles and shoot out a super block. Back up this elevator. And this time we're going right. Another chain spark. Into another map. And this will tease the pirate ship zone. I want to skip the ship and go straight to Chizodia. No stealth section for me. Intended route does have the stealth section. Okay, good. Excellent. That one's kind of tough to store the spark to this point. If I don't keep it, I have to spring ball jump. It loses a good chunk of time. We're into the water part, so any mistakes just lose a lot of time. I found the suitless water part of your ROM hack. Heck. Well, can't save that. Go the slow way. That's a bit of a time loss. We gotta go through the maze now. Won't have to worry about power bombs. And this is the bang enemy. So it's gonna capture my shots and then shoot them back at me. And I'm gonna turn off Wave and Spazer. Just because it's really hard to dodge. And if I get hit by it, then it does a lot of damage. Just 300 damage with Wave Spazer. Oops. We menu again for X Factors. A little high. Oh, getting hit by the eggs is bad too. I'm not supposed to do that. Okay, so I'm a little scared of dying to Batu normally. When it usually goes great. That's a really good start. No dodging that. That's your normal everyday Batuan. Okay, and here's Gravity Suit. This is gonna unlock my Plasma, Screw Attack, and Space Jump. Batuan can go, like, bad. And so it's possible to die there, especially after taking a bang hit. But after gravity, kind of in the clear. So I'm just gonna get the last few items of Chizodia, and then we'll be out of here forever. Of course. More chain sparks. And you'll get to see that the rooms here are kind of interesting. Like, they're all pretty unique rooms. Like wrapping screens. These funny head platforms. But most of the Chizodia is skipped in the speedrun. Okay, Ace comes back on. Need for damage. And also going towards Torian next. As you know, stay in the corner, shoot up. Easy fight. But wait, there's spikes everywhere and the floor's gone. Here's Reflect. So Reflect are the... Ow. Those things. Why did I do that? So you see them a lot for puzzles, where you gotta bounce a missile into a shutter or gate. This here is a maze where the doors loop into each other, except for the correct path. Okay, that's the last item here. Where I'm right now is like right above the Ridley Lair reserve tank. Just give you a sense of the map. The map's pretty tricky to follow. The Reflect puzzle open level 4 gates. So that's one of them. So I have level 1 and level 4 open. And see 3 and then 2 later. This will be most of the criteria cleanup. We're gonna try for a double shot with my plasma. As you all know, ice gives enemies more health. At this point, I want to make sure I have 11 supers. Yep, we've seen Stokes already. I don't think we see them again. We probably see one... Well, I'm not sure that we see one again. But maybe after Croc. They show up adjacent to the Croc room. I can hit those. Good. Oh, it's this way, isn't it? Started mixing up my Torian entrances. So the normal entrance to Torian is directly above Charge Beam. Like that's where the statues are that break after you kill Ridley and Kraid. Yep. Oh. It might have worked. Oh. You can save the 11 supers if you get that key. That's too hard for me. I don't really go for it. Those doors I want open for later. We have these power bombs. So these are the expected first power bombs, casually. You don't get them right now. You're supposed to see the power bombs in the X-ray. But then you don't get them until later. After the event. And then up here is an item that I have to leave behind. So there's a sea tank, but then also in here is a missile pack. And I'm gonna have to come back for that later. Even though I have probably all the items. I should have all the items, right? Gotta come back later. Need story event. I'm supposed to shoot that out. That would have been a nice first try. Missed the morph. Isn't too hard. I keep dropping the speed. There's also a reason I don't want to do it later. And I have to do it blind. X-ray definitely get moves. Aim behind the extra enhanced security. X-ray becomes the hardest item to get. You don't get it right there. You have to sneak through all the secret passages in the pirate ship. Of course, hard mode makes you do that, just to finish the game. Be a little faster to get the items on that trip through, but it makes it harder to hit the short charges. Orion Metroids. Should also be a secret Metroid room here. Full of even more Metroids. Off the microwave. Charge plasma and X-ray. Use X-ray to wait out their iframes. No Zeb skip, but got lots of ammo. Just like Metroid 1. All the brain and Rinkas. Oh no. It's an escape timer. I guess there's no timer. It's a base exploding. And they do something really cool here in the ROM hack. You're gonna transition this to Super Metroid in this segment coming up. So we've seen all Zero mission up to now. Now they do a little bit of blending with Super Metroid. So here would be the G-Force statue room. What I'm getting at. Need to not forget to do this. Are we back to Gauntlet? Becomes a real side trip if you forget the items. It's like normal back of Gauntlet. And all of this you're not supposed to have gravity for. Kind of worth mentioning. So you would get gravity after this next visit I'm about to do, I believe. Oh no. Base Torian exploded. What do we do? Go back and loot the place. Okay, so two things. Turn off gravity because I gotta do a crystal flash. Also, kill my reserves. Whoops. And here's our Ghost of Mother Brain. Died and came back as a ghost. And then there's little ghost brains They just appear randomly. I should have known it wouldn't have. Because I played this before. Yep. The artwork on the sprites, it's all really good. Grab some safety health. If you can believe I've died at this point before. My practice runs. And from what I recall from hard mode, the baby Metroid is over there. Past the Phantoon Ghost. Why can you jump through the ceiling like that? So here's our 101 item. The dev gets wise to all your tricks. I'm not the best at getting this X-ray climb set up. This is all required to get the item there. Starts with an X-ray climb. Oh no. Is this a soft lock? How unfortunate. So I have a backup save right around here that I'm going to use. Haven't had that happen before. Usually if I morph, then I just have to roll out of the wall and start over. I made a backup save in case I died to the ninja pirates. But I guess soft locking on X-ray climb possible too. So, run's not valid anymore. Yeah. My one backup save happened to be at the closest save station where I soft locked. Here we are again. The Torian escape. Secret Torian lab. Yeah. Try to store a spark here. I fell. Almost. The idea is to kill them both with a spark. So to be safe, I double tap X-ray. Like, for that moment, exactly. If you miss the stand-up part, it is pretty precise. Then you're gonna try to crouch again, that's how you get the morph. The soft lock. As I was saying, this is all required. Another reflect puzzle. We got a ceiling bomb jump. And a speed keep. And always break your shortcut rumbles. Yeah, just required in the sense that if you want all the items, you do all the tricks. Right here, the super I shot in the wall, that's the level 3 gate. Now level 3s are open. Blue bomber, a little easier in this. Keep a wider gap. But you don't get enough speed to get to the top. I need spark. But you can do a respin and space jump up. And yeah, the missile where you gotta do all the tricks for, that was added in after, like, an update to the game. Yep. This is our Metroid Brain Coverns. Had to come back for this missile. There's no way to get it until it's destroyed. Could get the E-tank at this point, but it's slower to get it now. Now this trick. Disappointed. Missed the coolest trick of the run. You roll right into the door as it's opening and bounce off the door. And you bounce all the way through the next room. Okay. Now we're back here. Domatorian. And this will be the cleanup outside of Pirate Ship. Story-wise, blowing up Torian changes event flags. That... I guess that really only matters for Chozodia. And the missile pack that I already got near the ship, the landing site. But for bosses, I was waiting to have like all my equipment first. And now that I have it, I can fight bosses. We're in Kraid's lair, so coming for Kraid. There he is. This is Kraid's arena. Remember SNES Metroid? But wait, it's updated Kraid. Super Kraid. And blow off his arm. Extra cycle. Then this will just be the last bit of Kraid's lair cleanup, the Brinstar cleanup, and we're off to Pirate Ship. Okay, so here's a room where it looks like you need to be good at short charges. That are 3-level short charges. Not sure how else you get the one, the super pack down here. These Stutter 2 could do it. Oh, we also can't forget about Spore Spawn. So Spore Spawn in Zero Mission, you have to turn on the power for these grabbable things. That's what this represents. So you can turn on power to that, and it'll move back and forth. We can skip it with either ceiling bomb jump or ice and space jump. Looks like you need grapple to get this. I could have had grapple. Oh. I even went back for the trick. He's in the wrong spot again. Hopper RNG is supposed to be set so that if you do the same thing when you enter a room, then the hopper will move the same way every time. I believe I want to turn off ice here. Or Federation soldier. There's a mix of bomb and shot block. But here I'm going to try to use respins. Like, I'm going to start by catching my spark. Then I'll switch to space jumps, and then I gotta shoot out some blocks. And you want to respin after getting the missile, and then you can continue the space jump with speed, because these are speed blocks. Missing the cool tricks. Go over some things I've said earlier, I guess. That's not how you do that. Spring ball for that. We're playing Super Zero Mission. It's a ROM hack of Super Metroid made to look just like Zero Mission, which means it's a complete map overhaul. But then they also added in some Super Metroid elements. And a whole bunch of custom spriting. I'd say I know how they did their spriting. But good looking bosses, Chizodia, tile set. A lot of work, a lot of content. It's all really well made. At this point in time, we have Mother Brain dead and Kraid dead. Not Ridley. This is an all bosses run. So while I'm in Norfair here, I'm gonna kill my last mini boss, I think. This will be the Crocomire trip. So, interesting thing about this room is you can blow out too many blocks and then hit the limit. So you can't break any more blocks until some respawn. Nah, it's Super Metroid right there. So there's our croc. I could have even visited the Stokes again. Didn't think of it. And I'm not sure of the path because I never take that way. But I was in the room with them just a second ago. This is the last of the Norfair cleanup. We're done with Torian cleanup. Kraid's Lair, Brinstar, maybe. Probably technically another Brinstar item or two. It's not the easiest thing to tell where the lines are. In between zones. Right now, back to my lava dive that I did earlier. Because there's a power bomb pack in the lava. You need power bombs to get to. Yeah, a bunch of the bosses are made harder as part of the ROM hack, but then I'm trying to visit them all with full loadout. It just trivializes them. Yeah, I love seeing the Super Metroid rooms. I guess leaving Torian was the obvious ones. I was like, wow. This is so smart. Still power bombs. Gotta listen for that click on that gate. Sometimes you can shoot the super too fast and miss the gate. So I've been doing cleanup for a while now, and now we're back to the actual hard tricks. The game starts on hard tricks and then it ends on hard tricks. The super tight short charge. Don't be surprised if this takes a minute. There we go. So that one is a really tight stutter 4. Or you get a little bit of leeway if you do a multi-stutter. I'm trying to line up the clouds, and where I had a different jump, didn't recognize the clouds. Okay, now we're into Pyro Chip for the first time. Pyro Chip has the gimmick of detection lasers, scanners. One is right here. That means I've been detected. Oh, this spark is pretty hard to get. Need to get this one. Short charge is not the intended way, no. I think you need to chain spark it, but I haven't done it the intended way before. I think you come out of the ship with a spark stored and just chain it on all the slopes in the area. Speaking of unintended rats, you're supposed to kill these with a plasma SBA. Kill both of those. But it's a little faster to kill the one in the bridge. Not have to menu or wait out the plasma shield timer. Very important to get this. Very important to me that I get this. There we go. So ROM hacks with the ability to catch your short charges or your sparks. Often let you like double your speed if you release a run right as it goes off. Or as you land. I find that that's just really fun to do. And saves time in a couple places here. But I'm trying to go for that when I can. This item you're supposed to have the robots active by not being detected when you get here. But you can just clip through the robot. So just 3 more potential spots for time loss. I don't know how much that death costs, so I don't know how I'm doing time-wise. The deaths are usually bad. Falling off the ship where I was drops you all the way through, skipping the inside. So now we're under the ship. Coming up on Flappy Bird. And it should be the hardest series of sparks. This is why it's called Flappy Bird. Gotta weave yourself through the breakable parts while maintaining speed. And touching the green lasers, you have to reset the room. That's one of the big potential time losses. Peek into Chizodia. Now leave. Get these 2 items. I just shot through the super block. Cool. Now you get to see like the Chozo Ruins area. And this is all still supposed to be part of the stealth section. You get pretty lost, honestly. Not sure what's part of stealth and what's part of endgame. Oh, that's not how you do this. See the backup. Improv strats. I was thinking of this one, where you want to space jump over that mountain of not speed blocks. Okay, so now we're back to the detection system. I'll just not do it. You can speed keep through all these speed blocks. The hassle. So entering this area counts as leaving the zone, and that resets the detection status. Sometimes this fails and there's nothing I can do about it. I'm just running over the speed blocks. I can escape. Very stylish way. Nice. Just like that. Okay, run all the way back where I broke the tube, and then that's going to be how I enter the ship discreetly. But what's important to know right now is we're in the not detected state. And if I'm seen, I have to go all the way back to the robot room. Houston. This ROM hack's great for doing cool strats here and there. Respin and chain sparking you can do a lot with. Getting seen is like a 5-minute time loss. That should be in the clear. I think that's the last shot at super speed. Only got one of them. And I had to go back for it. Too bad. Run could be cooler. I don't turn ice on here. Oh well. Okay. There's lasers in the floor. So falling there would have been being seen. Making very sure that I get here safely. Here's the secure missile. The red gate here closes if you're detected. Everything's fine. I know you don't need to be like speedrunner level to play this. I'm doing everything in a out of order way. It's because that's how you go fast. But for playing the game, not at all. This teleporter takes you to spoilers, Ridley's lair. And so that's why I could leave Ridley's lair earlier without fighting him. Like, for required tricks, there's not all that much you need. I'd only be guessing. Like, I don't think you even need short charges. Possible. It's not until you get to the hard version where it requires you to be exceptionally good at the game. The hard versions for the SM Impossible players. I never quite get that room right. This is another room where I have to reset it. Reset the whole room if I get seen. It was just that one red gate missile where I was trying to avoid being spotted. Once I got it. Clear. Now for Mecha Ridley. Pass the time by trying to Doppler these turrets. Cool. Solid walls make the grapple kill not really a thing. So missiles are the way to go. And because it's taking so long to kill Dragon, that's how I know I got all the items. Hopefully. They actually seem kind of fast. Escape. 5 minutes. Pretty simple escape. We have to fight some pirates on the way out, so can't let my health get too low on Dragon. That's only a problem if I like shoot out the floor. And there's one more item to get. It's guarded by the animals. So this is also a Save the Animals category. And they're down here. All bosses plus Save the Animals. Stop it. That room can crash the game. There's too many explosions going on. And I didn't shoot it the exact time I wanted to, so let's be safe with it. we're coming up on time. One last room. My ship's here now. Captured. Done. That's Super Zero mission. Real fun ROM hack to play. And especially fun to go fast in. So, thanks for watching. I've been Osse101. Enjoy the rest of the marathon. A little concerned. Dragon has double health if you have all the items. I think it died fast. We got it. It's just a godly fight. We're safe. See you, everyone.